Luke Shaw had been due to speak to the dedicated Manchester United correspondents in Seville. Instead, he had the preferred scenario of discussing an uplifting win that has kept United's season alive into June. Shaw did not look like someone who had just endured a mentally and physically taxing 2 hours when he strolled into the Wembley mixed zone. This was his first start in 18 days, and his midweek return from a muscular strain was a chastening 45 minutes in the deafening Estadio Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. This was also a return to centre-half, with 3 recognised centre-halves absent through injury and suspension. Shaw has started there on 7 occasions and United have still not lost. Many United supporters will argue Shaw was an upgrade on the club captain, Harry Maguire, against Brighton. For such an eventful and, at times, turbulent United career, Shaw is enjoying his most rewarding season. Irrespective of what happens in the All-Manchester final on June 3, Shaw is a certain starter, fitness permitting. In United's last FA Cup final 5 years ago, a fit Shaw was conspicuous by his absence from the matchday squad. "I think as players, we can never take anything for granted," he stressed. "Every day with this manager you have to be 100% at it in training, around the place, because he sets high standards. If you don't meet them, you don't play, no matter what the circumstances are. Whether there are injuries, suspensions, it does not matter. So, for me, I don't take it for granted. Still, the back end of the season is the most important. That's when you win stuff. And we want to win this trophy, so we have to give it everything. Obviously it's not easy, playing at centre-back. If it was in a 3, it's a bit different. But when it's 2, it's a lot different, to be honest. But whenever I play there, I really enjoy it, and obviously we had a couple days to prepare." The manager spoke to me about it, and Victor, of course, because against a team like this they're very tricky. A lot of tactical information. Sometimes I had to stay in the middle of the pitch to follow them. So it's something new, but I love playing there. I love playing football. To get the win today was the most important thing. Shaw is likely to have the distinction of starting in 3 Wembley finals within 2 years. He was waiting in line during the European Championship final shootout, but Marcus Rashford dragged his spot kick a fraction too wide. Gianluigi Donnarumma, so gigantic he could block out the floodlights, beat away Jadon Sancho's hit. Sancho and Rashford were subjected to sickening racist abuse online. 21 months later, and at the opposite end, they converted nervelessly. Shaw offered Sancho some perspective. "I was next to Jadon. I said, whatever happens happens, just be confident. It's part of football. Things happen, these things happen. And I think maybe what was playing on Sancho and Rashford's minds are the things that come with it, the racism and stuff that they experienced last time. But, of course, for me, they showed amazing confidence to step up, and because the last time they took one in a shootout it was, of course, here, and the memories of that. But I am really happy for both of them to put themselves forward and take really good penalties. I haven't spoken to him, Sancho, but I am sure there'll be maybe a bit of relief, and I think very happy that they managed to take one and score today. I've been involved in 2 penalty shootouts and I've been on the losing side both times. with United and England in the 2021 Europa League and Euros finals. So to win one today was a big relief for me. United's mental fortitude was tested against an excellent Brighton side. Wout Weghorst provided the kiss of death to the ball in sudden death as he handed it to Solly March. That act of kidology was the difference. March endangered spectators with his one shot. Less than 72 hours after Ten Hag questioned the players' desire and admonished them for letting down their supporters, United's mental edge told in another shootout laden with perfect penalties from both sides. For Ten Hag, this was the United team he recognized. "That's exactly what he said," Shaw replied when United's character was noted. He said that's a team out there today and he wasn't sure who or what was there on Thursday night. But obviously that wasn't acceptable. Today, I think it doesn't put things right, but it puts us in a good place to finish the season well because Champions League is a must for us and a Manchester derby now in the FA Cup final is an amazing game to be involved in. At the start of this week, it was the biggest week of the season. There was no doubt about it. A massive game in the Europa League and then of course, this. It will have defined our season. I think if we get knocked out both of them, then you're right about the season looking different. But I think today was a massive game. A massive opportunity to get into another final against a very good side and one I think everyone's going to look forward to being involved in. Up at Newcastle 3 weeks ago, Shaw sighed. He says the same things every time we lose. He might have said the same things in Seville, a performance Ten Hag likened to the horror shows at Brentford, Manchester City and Liverpool. Some bookmakers had Brighton as favourites even though United were only 2 players short of their strongest 11. Though they were still below their optimum, United were at least recognisable 3 days on from their supine surrender in Seville. "We don't want to be known as the team that comes back after a poor result, but I think we showed character today," Shaw said. "I think a lot of people thought that maybe today we would lose. But inside the dressing room we had the confidence against a very good side. They're an amazing team, let's not get that wrong. So it was a tough game but we stuck until the end and got that bit of luck in the shootout that you need."
Now